they want.
断言するな。
Don't act like you know.
断言しますよ。事実として、みんなあなたを怖がり始めている。
I do. After all, everyone is starting to fear you.
そそのかしたのはお前らじゃろうが。
Jesus. You're the ones who started it.
あんたが銃さえ持ち込んでなきゃ、疑って悪かったって謝る気だった。
If it weren't for the gun, I'd be apologizing for suspecting you by now. They then fell silent and glared at each other.
モッチー、みんなを呼んできてくれ。もう宴を始めてしまうべきだ。
Mochi, get everyone here. We should start the feast right now.
そうかもね。じっちゃん一人で置いとくのもなんだし。
You're right. Wouldn't want to leave the old man alone. Kansu-san grunted, displeased, but offered no more protest towards starting the feast. Honestly, there was no real reason why the time for when the feast started had been decided when it was. Kansu-san was only doing it on the same time as the first day. The fact that he insisted on the usual time so strongly that he brandished his gun over it made me feel like he was more obsessed with control over the situation than actually thinking things through. At the base of it all, there was mistrust. He couldn't trust anyone, so he simply repeated whatever had brought him success so far. It'd be good if that led to our victory. But the feast really had to be approached like a game. There was no single way to win, and there was competition. If you could read the enemy's strategy, you could also outplay them. That was significantly easier for the wolves. It was best to assume they understood exactly how Kansu-san thought. That was why they targeted Haro-chan. It was necessary to rethink our own strategy. It would all depend on how today's feast went. Especially for myself, since I was the snake and had to survive no matter what.
全員に杯は回ったな。
Everyone drank?
はい。
Yes.
よし。じゃあ今日の宴を開始するが、その前に。
Alright, we're starting the feast.
昨晩は春のやつが狼にやられた。しかもまだ手つかずで部屋にいる。
Haru was killed by the wolves last night. Her body's still in her room.
あいつの犠牲は無駄にしねえ。俺たちは今日にでも狼を見つけてこの地獄を止める。
Oh. What happened? Did my stream restart? Yeah, I think Twitch might be unstable because that's strange. I have no drop frames, so I guess. Oh, that's weird. Is it back to normal now? Is it like completely okay again? It does say unstable, but I feel that's strange. Hold on. Okay, good. I just realized that the note is underneath. There you go. Now you can see the full name of Chikamochi. Very strange. But we're back now at least. Okay. We won't let her death go to waste. We'll find the wolves and end this hell. It might even happen today. Today. There was whispering. The people wondered if that was really possible.
匠に、僕だってそうしたい。でも一体どうするつもりなんだ。
Takumini, I'd love to do that too, but what are you planning?
それはまだ言えね
Can't say that yet. Good move. I hadn't explained my intentions to him yet, but he had a vague idea of what I was planning. The key word was fixed majority. If he understood that clearly, we would have a chance at winning.
言わずに信じると思うか、匠。
Think we'll believe you if you don't tell? After all that had happened today, I kind of worried Kansu-san wouldn't say anything, but that wasn't what happened. He also wanted to give his all to end the feast with a victory. That was why he couldn't just stay quiet and let us all die and continue pushing his strong approach to the feast, denying other ideas.
え。ああ、言えない。ただ、場合によっては言えるようになるかもしれね
Yeah, I can't say it. That might change though.
え。ちなみに、おやっさんは今日どうするつもりだったんだ？
By the way, what were you planning to do today?
昨日タエバーに投票したもんから順にくくっていく。
Hang everyone who voted for Taiba. I knew it. I could hear whispers of perplexion and fear. His targets today would be the 4 who voted for Tei-san yesterday and didn't die last night. Basically, the old wolf guy, Yoshitsuku-kun, Rikako-san, and Meiko.
待てよ、なんでそうなるんだよ。
Hold on, why?
記者の女が狼だった。
The journalist was a wolf.
なんでわかんだあ？
How do you know?
彼女の遺体が外にあったから。
Because her corpse was outside. Tanaka-kun seemed to have recovered a little and was now doing what he had to again.
一昼に一人、一晩に一人死ぬのが読み意味の宴だ。一晩に二人死んだのは何か例外が起きたからに違いない。
In the feast, you're supposed to get 1 death per day and 1 per night. The fact that 2 died in 1 night means that something unusual happened.
はるちゃんは部屋の中で死んでいた。狼の訪問を受けたからだ。
Haru-chan was dead in her own room because she was visited by the wolves.
間宮さんの死体は部屋の外で、しかもあんなめちゃくちゃになっていた。汚れだと考えるべきだろう。
Mamiya-san's body was outside her room and judging by its state, she was probably taken by the corruption.
はるちゃんもひどい様子だったよ。
Haru-chan was in a bad state too.
知ってるさ。だけどあれは人間が作れる傷だと僕は思った。間宮さんの方はそんなレベルじゃない。
I know, but her case was still something that could have been done by humans. Mamiya-san's was on a whole nother level.
だから待てっつな。そんなのあいつが夜出歩いたってだけだろうが。
What about it? She just walked around at night, didn't she?
ああ、その通りだ。
Yeah, exactly.
だったらなんであいつが狼だって断言できんだよ。クソババアの方が狼かもしれねえじゃねえか。
Then why would she be a wolf? Wasn't it the old hag?
それは
That's because...
待てヤス、俺の考えを言っていいか。
Wait, Yasu, let me say it.
いいけど。
Okay.
あの女は昨日一日態度がおかしかった。おやつさんがあいつもくくるって宣言してたしな。気持ちはわかる。
That woman was acting weird all day. The old man said he'd hang her, so I can't say I don't get her.
確実に死ぬとなったらどうする？外の人間なら安水から逃げ出そう、逃げられると考えるのが普通だろう。
What would happen if her death was all but certain? An outsider would try to escape Yasumitsu, right? She'd think she could run away.
しかし記者の姉ちゃんはそうじゃなかった。
But the lady didn't do it. Yeah, she hadn't even tried to run.
だからなんでだよ。
What of it?
逃げるなら日中に逃げるべきだからだ。霧だっつっても昼の方が視野がある。夜は本当に何にも見えねえんだぞ。
If you're running away, it's better to do it during the day. Even with the mist, you can see stuff better in the light. You can't see anything at night.
逆に日中に逃げない理由がない。霧が助けて逃げたことは俺らに悟られずに済むからな。
There's really no reason not to run away during the day. The mist would hide her and let her escape without us realizing it.
もし昨日夕方に解散してそのまま逃げたなら安水のどの端にだってつける。あの場所で汚れを受けることはない。
If she'd run away yesterday after we split up in the evening, she could have gotten to the very edge of Yasumitsu, but that's not where she's succumbed to the corruption.
なんか他の理由で夜に起きて抜け出したのかもしれねえだろうが。
Maybe she had some other reason for going out at night.
それについて聞きてえんだが、誰か夜起きていようとしたやつは俺の他にいねえか？
About that, anyone else here but me try to stay awake at night? That question came out of left field, but Yasunaka-kun, Shiemi, Yotsuku-kun, and I raised our hands.
お前それはやめたって。
Didn't you say you stopped?
外に出ようとはしてねえよ。でも何か来たら返り討ちにしてやろうと思って棒切れ持って布団に入ってた。
We ain't talking about going outside, are we? I took a stick to my futon in case someone came for me.
夢枕の金に挑まれたのですか？
We went against the law of dreaming.
ああ、おとといの晩は俺もヨシと同じように獲物持って待ち構えてた。だが実際は眠っちまった。
Yeah, just 2 nights ago, like Yoshi, I grabbed a weapon and waited for something to come, but I still ended up falling asleep.
考えられるか？こんな非常時眠れない方が自然だろうに、 気づいたら朝までぐっすりだ。
Can you believe that? This whole thing's such a crisis. You shouldn't be able to fall asleep at all. Yet, before you know it, you wake up and it's morning.
夜更かししちゃならないんじゃねえ。夜更かしはできねえんだ。これも宴の気味悪いところだと俺は考えてる。
It's not that you're not allowed to stay up late. You just can't. It's one of those. It's one of the things that freaks me out about the feast.
お前も起きようとしたならわかるだろう。夜は絶対狼しか動けねえんだよ。
You should know if you try to stay up, only the wolves can move around at night.
それはあの女がよそ者だから。
That's because she was an outsider.
よそ者だって宴は従わせてる。よそ者だと免除されるなら記者は2人とも汚れを受けてないはずだ。
Outsider or not, the feast is above all of us. If being an outsider was an excuse, the journalist wouldn't have fallen victim to the corruption. I had the mysterious experience of being spared by hiding in a toilet, but I had no choice but to stay quiet this time.
橋本さん、大きいカメラマンの人は夜に外に出て亡くなったよね。
Hashimoto-san, the large cameraman, died by going out at night, didn't he?
そこははっきりはわからねえ。ただ考えられるのはそもそも物意味もしてなかったんじゃねえか。
I don't know much about that, but if I got to guess, he died because he wasn't sheltered properly.
みそぎ、物意味。二つを守る限り必ず眠れる。しかし、最初から外にいれば。
Cleanse, shelter, as long as you have those two covered, you'll definitely fall asleep. But if you stayed outside right from the start,
ただ、あくまで想像だよ。
it's just an assumption though.
ああ、そうだな。じゃあ、この話は使わなくたっていい。
Yeah, it is. You can ignore it if you want.
あの女には、そもそも人として危険を冒して外を出歩く理由がない。
But if the woman was a human, she'd have no reason to risk going outside.
あいつが狼で、夜に外出して何かヘマをやって罰を食らった。
And you can
それしかねえんだよ。
you can say, especially also the fact that she's so obviously she wasn't, but the fact that she admitted that she was a snake, and they like everyone else had to like basically believe that she was a snake, right? The fact that she's a snake makes it even more suspicious that she like went out at night and got killed, because like she's basically the most important person at the entire feast, or like one of them, right? And then she just like threw it all away and just walked out. I feel like that also is just like really obvious that like something's wrong. She's a wolf who was walking around at night, messed up somehow and got punished for it. That's the only possible explanation. Izanaka-kun and Yotsusuku-kun both fell silent. They couldn't argue against that anymore. Sure, it's strange how we just somehow fell asleep. There were cases of people going out at night, both this and the previous time. I have to think about it some more later.
牧島さんもそれを知ってらしたのですか？
Did you know that too, Makishima-san?
夜外に出るもんは2種類だけよ。狼か狼殺そうとして犬死にする人か。
Only two kinds of people go out at night, wolves and humans who die like dogs trying to kill the wolves. With how important the dreaming law was to the locals, it was natural for them to assume that anyone who went out at night was a wolf. When you looked at it like that, Yotsusuku-kun, who insisted on going out, was extremely reckless.
だから間宮久子は狼だ。つまり奴が狼に仕立て上げようとしたばあちゃんは人だ。
That's why Hisako Mamiya was a wolf, so Bachan, who she set up as a wolf, was clearly a human.
じゃあどっちも狼だったって可能性はないのかよ。
Okay, that... Well... I mean, why... If they were both wolves, why wouldn't she target someone who they knew wasn't a wolf? Like, isn't it dumb to kill another wolf? Ain't it possible that both of them were wolves? I felt for him. It was his vote that killed Tyson. Even if he was prepared for it, it was hard to justify.
そんな可能性は
That's... not impossible, but extremely unlikely.
それはないわ。
No, it isn't. Wait, what?
昨日くくられた山脇さんは人でした。
No, you're the crow. Don't reveal it, please. Yamawaki-san, who we hanged yesterday, was a human.
皆さん黙っていましたが、私は カラスのカゴ車です。
Sorry for keeping it a secret so far, but I am the crow. What?
はあババ本当かよ。
What? Seriously?
バカな息子が無礼な口を閉じないこと、山脇さんを死に追いやる票を投じたこと、すべて私が責任を取ります。
I shall take responsibility for my son's rudeness and his vote that killed Yamawaki-san.
皆様の、特に山脇さんを親のように大事に思われていた匠さんからの責めはすべて私が負います。
I'm ready to take all the blame you give him, especially from Takumi-san, who loved Yamawaki-san like a mother.
だからどうかこの子は見逃してやってください。
So please, don't punish him. Her voice was sincere and sorrowful. She put her hands in front of her and placed her forehead on the floor.
やめろよ。やめろって。おい、クソババアに投票したのは俺だ。おふくろは関係ねえからな。
Stop! Stop! Hey, I'm the one who voted. You had nothing to do with that.
ああ、俺も昨日まではこんなノリだったのかもな。
Oh, that's probably how I looked yesterday.
匠に
Takumi.
心配すんな、分かってる。香織さん、よし、今はばあちゃんをくくったことの善悪を言ってる場合じゃない。
Don't worry, I know. Kuri-san, Yoshi, we ain't talking about who's to blame for Ba-chan's hanging.
でも
But,
でもじゃない。
no buts.
あの場じゃ誰も間違いを指摘しなかったんだから、俺たち全員に罪はあるんだ。
No one said it was a mistake back then, so we're all to blame here.
ばあちゃんに投票したかどうかは、あくまで判断材料の一つと考えるべきで、罰の理由になっちゃいけね
The votes that killed her are more like something to help us decide what to do, not some sins that get the noose around your neck.
え。それで合ってるか、安野。
Is that right, Yasunaka?
僕が考えてたことと同じだ。けど匠にいいの？
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Are you sure though?
俺は狼を許さねえ。狼に殺しをさせたやつも許さね
I won't forgive the wolves or whoever got them to kill.
え。その一点で、おやっさんとも気持ちは同じだからな。
I'm with the old man on that. Kanzo-san slightly opened his eyes, looking surprised he'd come up, but then looked away like,
気になることがあるんだけど、発言していいかな、匠に。
something's bothering me. Can I say it, Takumi-ni?
ああ、もちろんだ。
Yeah, of course.
他にご自分がカラスだという人はいませんか？
Do you have anyone else claiming to be the crow?
安永、
Yasunaka?
ああ、僕だって信じたい。でもこれが今僕に求められてることだ。
I know, I want to believe this is what's expected of me here.
織部香織以外に自分がカラスだという人はいませんか？
Do you have any other crows besides Kori Oribe?
きてめえ。
Aniki, you damn...
義継、いいから安永のことをしっかり見ておきなさい。
Yoshisuke, silence. Learn from his example.
安くん、
Yasukun. I felt like the power balance here in Yasumitsu was shifting. Kansa-san was losing his influence and Takumi-san's authority bridged the generations. That amplified Yasunaka-kun's voice, putting him back at the front. However, this was a temporary thing that could only last when Kansu-san's high-handedness was failing. It could be turned around if someone messed up or was hanged today and drove someone else over the edge.
念のために言いますが、黙っていることはこの際害悪でしかありません。
I will say, just in case, but if you're real and you're keeping your silence, you're being nothing but a burden to us.
織部香織を偽物と知りながら黙っている人がいたら、後で認められることはほぼないはずです。いいんですね。
If you know Kaori Oribe is fake and stay silent despite that, you won't be recognized as real if you decide to claim so later, understand? Those words felt like they were directed at me too. Scary.
いないみたいですね。
Looks like we have no one.
待ちたまえ。間宮女子の蛇名乗りに対抗しての名乗りはなかったが、結局は狼だったのだろう。
Wait, we had no one come out against Mamiya's claim that she was the snake, and she turned out to be a wolf, didn't she?
その上、 昨日と違って3人も減っている。他に名乗りがなければ本物だというのはいささか早計ではないかね。
And now we have a whole 3 less people than yesterday. Isn't it a bit too early to decide she is real just because no one is revealing themselves now?
ええ、おっしゃる通りです。ただタイバーと間宮さんがカラスだった可能性はとても低い。
Yes, you're right, but the possibility that Teiba or Mamiya-san with a crow is extremely low. Exactly, Tei-san would have revealed that before she was hanged, while Mamiya-san wouldn't have had a reason to pretend to be the snake to begin with.
はるちゃんは確かに証明不能です。だけど僕は彼女が嘘や隠し事が苦手だったのを知ってる。
There's nothing that says Hara-chan wasn't the crow, but I know that she was absolutely terrible at lying and keeping secrets.
彼女はカゴ持ちなんていう秘密を隠してる素振りは見せなかったし、僕は彼女とほとんど一緒にいたんだ。
She didn't act like she was hiding a guardian, and we were together most of the time.
彼女がカラスだという兆候を漏らすようなことがあったなら、僕は真っ先に気づいた自信がある。
Confident I would have noticed any sign that implied she was the crow. What if he's the
織部香織
wolf?
が
Oh no,
狼
he's the monkey. Yeah.
僕に
So it
悟ら
can't
れ
be.
ず、はるちゃんの正体を暴いて殺し、こうして名乗ったという可能性はゼロに等しい。
The possibility that Kori Oribe is a wolf who realized that Hara-chan was the crow before I did and then killed her to take her spot is pretty much zero.
はるちゃんが正体を完全に隠しきり、その上で狼が殺した彼女がたまたまカラスだった可能性は
There's
これ
also,
も低い。
there's also the possibility that Hara-chan hid her role until the end and then the wolves just happened to hit the crow by killing her, but that's unlikely too.
死人の中にはカラスはいない。これで納得してもらえませんか？
None of those who died with a crow, can you agree to that?
牧島春がカラスではないという根拠が特に薄弱ではないかね。
Your proof that Hara Makishima wasn't the crow is then circumstantial.
牧島春の近くにいたのは君だけじゃあるまい。
You weren't the only one close to her, were you?
彼女の近くにいた狼が彼女の過去に気づき、織部香織に教えた可能性は否定できんだろう。
What if a wolf that was also close to her realized he had a guardian told Kaori Oribe? You can't deny that possibility, can you? Yasunaka-kun kept his eyes straight. To me it seemed like it was a way of preventing those doubts from taking root.
あ、もしかして今の僕が疑われたのか。
Wait, did you just suspect me? I mean, there are other people, right? Like, it could be Chiemi? Like, Chiemi, I guess she wasn't, like, extremely close, but Chiemi talked to Haru-chan. Like, they often sat together at, lunch or whatever. They sat together, in the dining hall, so I mean, that's a bit
そんな
weird.
のないって。モッチーがハルちゃんを殺すわけないじゃん。
No way, Muchi would never kill Haru-chan.
僕は断定はしないよ、チエネ。
I wouldn't be so certain, Chiene.
ただ僕も違うと思ってる。
But I don't believe he did either.
根拠は何かね。
What's your proof? What a strange silence. It didn't look like he had nothing to say, more that it was hard for him to say it.
やだな。おっちゃんも言ってたじゃん。僕は桔梗の振る舞い。他人の気持ちなんてわからないのだ。
Come on, you said it yourself, Uncle. I'm an eccentric. I can't understand how others feel.
はるちゃんとやっすんはね、僕が好き放題しても許してくれるから一緒だったんだ。
I was with Haru-chan and Yasun because they don't mind no matter what I do.
僕は二人がいいやつだってこと以外全然わからないし興味もないんだ。
All I know is that they're good guys. I don't even care about anything else.
やっすんも言っていいんだよ、僕がそういうやつだって。
You should say it too, Yasun. Tell him that it's what I'm like.
そんなことはないけどね。
I wouldn't say so.
とにかくハルちゃんがカラスだってバレて殺されたとは考えづらいから、カラスはまだ生きてて、それはこの人だと思う。
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that Haru-chan was the crow and got killed because of it. I think the crow is still alive and it's her.
はい。私はカラスです。
Yes, I am the crow.
なるほど。まあよかろう。私とてこれが難癖に過ぎないことは分かっているが、もう少し食い下がろう。
I see, very well. Even I understand I'm pushing it with the theory, so I should keep it to myself a bit.
しかし同じことが言えるだろうから、 つまり蛇のカゴ車もまたまだ死んではいないわけだね。
However, since we can say the same thing about the snake as well, that means that the real one is still alive, right? He was right. That was the right way to look at it, and it was true.
彼または彼女が偽物の名乗りに対して沈黙を守る理由は後に回すとして同じことが起きていないとなぜ言える？
Let us push aside the reason why he or she didn't say anything. When the fake came out, is there a guarantee that the same thing isn't happening again?
つまり昨日のように偽物が出てきたにもかかわらず本物は未だに黙っているという可能性は？
What if another fake's shown up and the real one's keeping their silence just like yesterday?
てめえやっぱ難癖つけてるだけじゃねえか。ババアの言ってることは絶対間違ってねえから。
You're just pushing it again. There's no way she's
記
lying.
者のやつが狼ならクソババは人間で間違いねえだろ。
If the journal was a wolf, then the old hag was a human, damn it.
偽物だからといって嘘をつく必要はない。信頼を得るのが目的ならばむしろ本当のことを言うべきだろう。
Even a fake has no reason to lie. If the goal is to make people trust you, it's best to speak the truth.
この瞬間本物のカラスが名乗り出たとしても彼または彼女が言えるのは山脇妙が人だという真実のみ。
Even if another crow shows up today, they could only tell us a truth we already know, that Tei Yamawaki was a human.
それと織部夫人を並べたところで我々には見分ける術がないのだよ。
And we would have no way to tell whether Lady Oribe or the other one was the real crow. His assertion was a bit cynical, but accurate. If he was the modest and cautious one, he would be way more valuable to the humans.
それについても僕は反対意見です。なぜなら狼として間宮さんはカゴ持ちを理由に除名を願った。
I must object to that. After all, Mamiya-san was a wolf who wanted to use the Guardian to survive.
しかし織部香織はカゴ持ちの開示をしながら織部義継の身代わりになることを提案しています。
However, Kaori Oribe revealed her guardian while begging to take all the blame for Yotsutsuku Oribe.
彼女は賢明でも正しくもないことを言っています。しかし僕は本心だと思うし狼の狡猾さはないと思う。
It's neither wise nor right, but I believe it's the real her talking, not the cunning of a wolf.
愚かゆえにか。
The foolishness proves it, you say?
これが僕が織部香織を信じる理由です。
That is my reason for believing Kaori Oribe.
ヨシが狼なら織部の神さんはかばおうが。
Higuchi's wife's gonna protect Yoshi even if he's a wolf. My heart skipped a beat. Kansa-san's voice was like a rumble, and just like before, it was dense with gloominess and anger. He had a point too. If it were for her son, Kaori-san was capable of breaking the feast's mental shackles.
くそじじいてめえ。
You old fart.
こいつはそんなやつじゃない。
He's not that type of guy. He spoke forcefully.
こいつが狼なら自分から名乗った上で全員直に殺して回る。義継はそういう男です。
If he was a wolf, he'd declare it and go around killing us directly. That's just how he is.
父さんと母さんに似てこいつは一本気で頑固できっと認められないものは神様だって認めないでしょう。
He's like our parents, straightforward, stubborn, and won't accept anything that doesn't sit right with him, not even God.
きっと織部香織の無実を証明するために死ぬ必要があれば義継は死んでみせるでしょう。
If he had to die to prove Kaori Oribe innocent, he'd surely do it.
家族の中で唯一ずるいばかりの卑怯者である僕には真似ができない。
That's
義
not,
継は人ですよ。
that's not something that I, the only sly coward in the family, can do. Yotsutsuku is a human.
てめえ。
Hey! Yotsutsuku-kun rose to his feet and howled at his brother.
勝手に分かったような口聞いてんじゃねえよ。てめえがな、もっとな、おふくろのそばにいてやれやな。
Don't act like you know shit. If you spent more time with Mom,
分かっているさ。狡猾さは樋口の血。母さんが好いてくれる理由はない。好いてるのはお前の方だって。
I do know. My cunning comes from my Higuchi blood. Mom has no reason to love me. She loves you way more.
だから僕は努力して勉強して産んでくれた母さんにお金や物の形で恩を返す。
That's why I'm working hard and studying so I can pay her back with money and other things.
お前はまっすぐに生まれたってだけで母さんに好いてもらえることをもっと感謝すべきなんだ。よしすぐ。
You should be more grateful that she loves you just because you were born honest, Yoshitsugu.
なんでそんな自分低く見てんだよ。ほんとてめえバカ兄貴が。
This is so stupid. Why are you bringing yourself down so much? And he can listen up, you.
黙れ二人とも。
Quiet, you two. The mother's voice quickly silenced her son's.
この大事な時に何をくだらないことで言い争ってるのか。
Why are you fighting over such nonsense at a time like this?
牧島勘三さん。
Kanso Makishima-san. The old man grunted in response to the mention of his name.
私の亡父樋口定義が亡くなったと聞かされた前後、安水に霧が出ていたと聞いております。
I heard that when my late husband, Sadayoshi Higuchi, died, there was mist in Yasumitsu.
夫は読み意味の宴で死にましたか。
Did he die in a feast?
あなたが殺したのですか。
Did you kill him?
奴は最初の日に狼にやられた。
He got killed by the wolves on the first day.
おやっさん
Old man?
わしはこれまで2度宴に出てきた。
I've been in two
生き残ったのはわしとそこのじじいだけよ。
feasts. Only this old fart and I survived.
ああ、昔か。
Oh, past. Hee hee hee.
で、それがなんじゃ。
What about it?
いいえ、いいのです。たとえあなたが夫を殺していたとしても、それが読み意味の宴というものなのでしょう。
Nothing. Even if you were the one who killed him, it was because of the feast.
ただ、安永、義継、
But know this, Yasunaka Yoshitsugu.
私はもう家族を宴に奪われたくないの。
I don't want to lose my family to the feast ever again.
だから、お願いだから、力を合わせなさい。たった二人しかいない
So
兄
please,
弟でしょ。
so please work together. You are brothers, aren't you?
僕はそうしないなんて言ってない。
I didn't say I have anything against that.
俺だって。
Me neither.
あのな、口出ししにくいんだが、実際親子で揉めてる場合じゃねえ。
Hey, sorry to bother you, but this really ain't the time for a family feud.
おやっさんが宴の経験者だっつうことも今は大したことじゃねえ。
The fact that the old man's been in a feast doesn't matter much right now anyway. Kanso-san clicked his tongue.
俺はこの親子を信じた。ヤスは猿のカゴ者だし、ヨシもカオリさんも言う通り、嘘がつける性格じゃねえ。
I believe the Orabes. Yasu's the monkey, while Yoshi and Kaori-san aren't the type to lie.
だから今、ほとんどはっきりしたのは、タエばあちゃんとハルは人、記者の姉ちゃんが狼。
That makes it all but clear that Teiba-chan and Haru were humans, while the journal lady was a wolf.
この場には狼が2人残ってて、残り10人は人だってことだ。
We have 2 more wolves and 10 humans here.
その中でおやっさんとヤスが猿で確定。さらにカオリさんがカラスだって可能性はかなり高い。
Out of them, the old man and Yasu are confirmed to be monkeys, and it's likely that Kaori-san is a crow.
俺はヨシのことも信じてるが、過去が明かされたわけじゃねえから、この中には入れねえでおくと。
I trust Yoshi too, but it's not like we have any proof he's human, so I won't add him here.
構わねえよ。
Fine by me.
で、どう進めるかだな。
Now, how do we proceed?
もし生きてるはずの蛇のカゴ者が適切な情報をつかんでさえいれば、すでに勝負はついているかも。
If the still living real snake has the right info, this feast might be as good as over. There it was.
どういうこと、ヤス君。
What do you mean?
もし今蛇が名乗り出て自分とあと2人人を確定できれば人で6人半数票を得られるんだ。
If the snake reveals themselves and states that 2 more of us are human, there would be 6 confirmed humans, meaning we would have half of the votes.
この6人で票を揃えれば残り6人全員が1人に投票する可能性は低いから宴ではほぼ確実に勝てる。
With those 6 being confirmed, it would be unlikely that the rest would vote for the same person, meaning that victory would be as good as ours.
多数派工作。
Fixed majority.
そういうこと。そして残り6人の不確定者から1人くくる。狼はおそらく
Exactly.
確定者から1人殺す。
Exactly, and we would hang one of the 6 unknown, while the wolves would kill one of the 6 confirmed humans.
一番狙われやすいのは名乗り出た蛇のカゴ車でしょう。しかし雲がまだ残ってる可能性は高い。
The primary target would be the snake, but it's likely that the spider is still alive.
今日一日蛇が守れれば確定者と不確定者が1人ずつ減った上で明日は確定者か狼が1人見つかる。
If he or she protects the snake tonight, we would have 1 less confirmed human and 1 less unknown, and gain another confirmed human or wolf tomorrow.
確定6人と不確定4人になるか確定5人と不確定4人狼1人
It would either become
どうにせよ確定側が多数派になれる。
it would either become 6 humans and 4 unknowns, or 5 humans, 4 unknown, and 1 wolf. The confirmed humans would become a majority regardless.
この人数比は覆せない。だから勝てるってわけです。
This number couldn't be turned around, so we would most certainly win.
むむ
Hmm?
蛇が見つけんのは人2人じゃねえとなんねえのか？
The snake's gotta find 2 humans?
もし狼を1人見つけてたとしても確定は5人までしか決まらない。
Even if he does find a wolf, we'll only have 5 confirmed humans.
そうなると
I did find a wolf.
狼をくくっても明日は確定4人不確定6人になり人の勝利はまだ確定しない。
In that case, even if we hang the wolf, we'd still be left with 4 confirmed humans and 6 unknown. The humans' victory wouldn't be ensured.
もちろん狼をくくれれば大きく有利にはなりますしきっと蛇が名乗り出れば狼も黙ってない。
Of course, hanging a wolf would give us a great advantage, and if the snake comes out, the wolves wouldn't keep quiet either.
僕なら名乗り出た者を絶対に殺すとは約束しません。蛇の名乗りはあぶり出すための大きなヒントになる。
Personally, I won't promise that I will certainly kill whoever reveals themselves. The snake's reveal could help bring certain things into the open. That was the opposite of Kansa-san's approach. The old man clicked his tongue, and some squirmed uncomfortably.
ただ
Uncomfortably.
すでに亡くなっているハルちゃんや山脇さん間宮さんを調べてしまってたら黙ってた方がいいかもしれない。
But if the snake only looked into those who died, like Haru-chan, Yamawaki-san, Mamiya-san, he or she should stay quiet.
そうでなければぜひ蛇のカゴ車には名乗り出てほしいです。
Oh. But if that isn't the case, I would like the snake to reveal himself or herself. I had to think. Was the info I had enough? I couldn't tell them that I'd used my looping hole to gather info. Wait, so they expect you to do that? Okay, well then I don't feel all too bad about doing it. Because I did that and I was like, oh yeah, this feels a bit cheating. But then it's like, oh, no, that's exactly what you were supposed to be doing. That was why I could only reveal 2 results, one for yesterday and one for today. I'd already told Takumi-san that I checked and confirmed he was a human. Thus, it was important for me to reveal that along with someone whose identity would help us. If I continued my silence, they might begin to believe that the snake wasn't fulfilling his duties properly. This was a do or die situation. Yeah, I thought it was a bit cheating, right? Because it does feel like, you know, jumping back, then getting all the information about like several humans, because like the snake can only get 1 person a night, but then on the first night I could get 3 people. I was like, hold on a minute, this seems a bit unfair, isn't it? Like, I get like 3 times the amount of snake. I feel like this is the one they want you to pick. But I feel like this might be the right one. Like this one they want you to pick and then you die. But this one is the right one. But I'm gonna go with the one I originally wanted to pick, which is this one. Had the evidence to reveal myself. Had a safety plan all set up. However, I also knew it was a ticking time bomb that would likely throw things into chaos. Still, I'd already made up my mind, so I couldn't hesitate.
はい
Yes. Everyone looked to me when I raised my hand. I was nervous, but now that I'd spoken up, all that was left was to go with the flow.
僕房石春明が蛇です
I, Haruaki Fusaishi, am the snake. I informed them without hesitation.
室匠さんそして鴨志田近持君
I
この二人を過去により調べました
investigated Takumi Muro-san and Chikamochi Kamoshida-kun.
室匠さんは人でした
Takumi Muro-san is a human,
鴨志田近持君は狼でした
and Chikamochi Kamoshida-kun is a wolf.
なんですって
What was that?
モッチーは狼だった
Mochi's a wolf. Everyone fell silent for a moment. Naturally, there was much commotion, chaos over my sudden announcement.
待ちたまえ近持ちか狼それはないとは言わんが
Wait, why did I
なぜ
investigate?
彼を調べたのかね
I investigated him because it was an option. I'll be honest. It was like a coin toss basically, because there was 2 options that I hadn't picked. I picked all the other options. Wait, Chikamochi's a wolf. That's not impossible. But why did you investigate him?
そうだよそれに春明さん一度はカゴ者じゃないって
Yeah. Besides, didn't you already say you didn't have a guardian?
僕が黙っていたのはあの状況では正体をばらすと殺される公算が高かったからだ
I didn't say anything back then because there was a high probability I would have been killed if I'd revealed myself.
僕からは間宮さんが偽物だと当然すぐに分かったわけだけどみんなからはそうとは分からない
Obviously, I knew Mamiya-san was lying about being the snake, but none of you would have had any idea.
もし彼女と僕が両方生き残った場合雲はどちらを選ぶべきか判別ができないから僕の安全は確保されない
If we'd both survived, the spider wouldn't know which of us to protect, so I couldn't guarantee my safety.
その結果狼が本物の蛇を見つけて殺す格好の機会を与えることになる
If I had said something, the wolves would have had the perfect opportunity to find and kill the real snake.
おお、なるほど。
Oh, I see.
なるほどじゃないモッチ分かってるのか君が狼だって言われてるんだぞ
Take this seriously, Mochi. Don't you get it? You're being accused of being a wolf.
そうだな。僕は自分が狼じゃないってことを知ってるわけだから。
That's true. It's probably because I already know I'm not a wolf.
そうなると、ハッサンが狼ってことになるかな。
Which means that Hassan would be the real wolf here, I guess.
まあそうなるだろうねしかし間宮さんが狼だった以上また狼が蛇を名乗るかな
I suppose that idea makes sense, but if Mamiya-san was a wolf, would another wolf really try to play a snake again?
記者が狼だとは決まってね
We still don't know. Why is there an extra apostrophe there? We still don't know if the journal lady was a wolf. Kansa-san tried fighting back.
町のもんはわからねえ蛇でも何でも死ぬ思うて決心したのが夜だったかもしれねえ
You can't tell with these city folk whether she was a wolf or whatever. Maybe she went out wanting to die.
牧島勘三さんは鴨志田近持の肩を持つということでよろしいんですね
Shall I take that as a sign of support for Chikamochi Kamoshida? His silence was not primarily out of doubt for me, but just the same old habit of his.
さっき聞かれてましたね僕が彼を過去で調べたのは彼がらしくないからですよ
I believe I was asked why I looked into him. The reason is because he wasn't acting like himself.
彼はもっと勘がいい人間だし思いついたアイディアを黙ってるような人間じゃない
He's normally sharper than this and not the type who keeps quiet about his ideas.
それなのに今回随分と言葉を選んでいた勘が働かないとか言ってみたり
Yet this time he's chosen his words quite carefully, almost like he's saying he can't act on his intuition.
なんか前にも見てきたような物言いだな。
He does kind of You talk like you've seen me do that before. See, this was exactly the part of him that scared me.
あくまで僕の見立てですし、単に調べるきっかけだったというだけですから、あまり気にしないでください。
That was merely my opinion, and the observation that led me to investigate you. That's all. Please don't read too deeply into it.
いや気になるぞ。ハッサンが僕らのことを前から知ってるなら長者の回し物とかあるかも。
I will, if you've known about us for a while. Maybe you're a spy or something sent by the village head.
そうやって妙に僕だけに攻撃的だから正体を疑ったって面もあるよ。
It's also your odd tendency to be aggressive towards just me that caused me to suspect you just like now. I took a peek at everyone's faces. Yasunaka-kun was staring at the ground, lost in thought. Takumi-san was bewildered, as he should be.
夫妻氏、お前近持ちが春をやったっていうのか。
Fushashi, are you saying Chikamochi killed Haru? Kanzu-san's eyes widened. Apparently he'd finally understood that a suspected wolf could be the one who killed his granddaughter.
ええ、そういうことになりますね。
Yes, that would be the case.
ありえないな。僕にハルちゃんとヤスン以上に大事なもんなんてない。
As if I care about Haru-chan and Yasun more than anything else.
りっちゃんや皆の衆には悪いけども、新内さんや掟や宴だって割とどうでもいいんだぞ、僕には。
Sorry to Richan and the others, but I really don't care about Shinai-san, the rules or the feast.
そんな僕がどうしてハルちゃんを。
So how could someone like that kill Haru-chan?
君が本当に狂った人間なら理由はあるさ。
If you truly are mad, then you would have motive enough.
狂った人間は好きな人間が生きてようが死んでようが関係なく大事にできるからな。
After all, mad people can treasure their loved ones whether they're alive or dead. It makes no difference to them.
確かに。
ふ
True.
ざけんなよモッチー。お前まさか本当に。
Cut it out, Mochi. Did you really?
めんどいな。ハッサンさ、僕はこういうの苦手なんだからもうちょい優しくしてよ。
This is a pain. Hey Hassan, I'm not good with this kind of stuff, so go a little easy on me, will you?
悪いが君に対しては気を抜かない。君が普通の脳みそをしてないことはこの数日でよく分かったからね。
Sorry, but I can't let my guard down around you. I've learned well over the past few days that your brain is on a different wavelength from everyone else's.
ヤス君、モッチーがそうじゃないって証拠とかないの？
Yasuku, don't we have any proof Mochi didn't do it?
さっきもう分かっただろう。僕にはないよ。モッチーには何かないのか。
You should have already realized it, but no, I don't. Don't you have anything, Mochi?
ごめん。そんなに考えていろいろ準備とかしてなかった。
Sorry, I didn't plan that far ahead.
だから逆に怪しくないとかない？
But do you really want to suspect me?
確かに近持くんは随分といつも通りに見えるわ。
Chikamochi-kun does seem to be acting the same as always.
しかし果たして狼が振り分けられたとしてもこいつは平常心を保つだろうと予測はできる。
But even if he was given the role of wolf, I can easily see him maintaining his presence of mind.
そして彼のスタンスは基本的には思考停止だ。これまでも安永君に追従して野里さんにずっと投票している。
And his stance is essentially to not think for himself. He's just followed Yasunaka-kun and voted for Nosato-san each time so far.
自身の性格が幸いして疑われていないが、実のところ結構狡猾な立ち回りだと僕は思います。
Fortunately for him, his disposition wasn't suspected, but I actually think it was a pretty cunning way to act.
安永君が敵視したくない相手の中に狼がいる限り、狼はそれに追従することで安全になれる。
So long as someone Yasunaka-kun didn't want to view as an enemy was a wolf, that wolf could stay safe by following his lead.
安永君は猿。間違いなく人だ。彼に票を委ねることは、狼としての投票を完全に放棄することに等しい。
Yasunaka-kun is a monkey and therefore definitely human. To leave the vote to him is the same thing as a wolf giving up their vote entirely.
しかし鴨志田近持の場合、そうやっておいて急に方針を変えて、誰か他の人に票を投じても気まぐれとみなされるだろう。
But if Chikamochi Kamoshida were to stay that way only to suddenly vote for someone else, we just dismiss it as him acting on a whim.
結局は怪しまれないまま自由に票を動かせる立場だってことだ。
In the end, he was in a position where he could vote freely without attracting suspicion.
んがー、いろいろ言うなよ。僕には特に言うことがないんだから、黙ってる分怪しい感じになるだろ。
Ah, you're relentless. I don't have anything to say. So staying quiet makes me look fishy.
でもそれが読み意味の宴だから。
But that's just the feast of the Yomi Purge.
じゃあくくればいいじゃん。
Then why not just hang me?
モッチー、頼むから
Would you,
もう一度言ってくれないか。
would you please say something? Anything?
自分は違う、狼じゃないって。
Tell us you're not a wolf.
僕は狼じゃない。
I'm not a wolf.
こっち見てくれよ。
Look at me.
やだなあ、やっすん。
Oh, come on, Yasun.
僕はもともと目を見て話す感じのやつじゃないじゃん。
You know I'm not the type who looks others in the eyes when talking. I don't even look at other people, he said with a smile. The vote was held afterwards. Yasunaka-kun abstained from voting. Chiemi, Kori-san, Kanso-san and Muchi all voted for me, while the rest voted for Muchi, sealing his fate.
やっすんさ、
Hey, Yasun,
泣くなよ。
don't cry.
ごめん、モッチー、助けてやれなくて。
I'm sorry, Muchi. I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
いや、なんていうか、謝んないでよ。
Hey, you
僕が
know.
いろいろ悪いんだから。
Hey, you know, no need to be sorry. I've done some bad things.
それって。
Does that mean?
狼じゃないよ。でも、ハッサンに勝つ準備とかはしてなかったからさ。
I'm not a wolf. I just didn't have what it took to beat Hassan.
置いてかないでくれよ。ハルちゃんもいないし、一人になっちゃうじゃないか。
Don't leave me. Without you or Haruchan, I'll be all alone.
やっすんにはママもヨッシーもいるだろう。
Got Mommy Kayori and Yoshi, don't you?
僕はあの二人とは。
When it comes to them,
いや、なんでもない。
no, forget it.
チューでもしたろっか。
What, you want a kiss or something?
やだよ、バカ。
Cut it out, idiot.
ごめんな。こういうのどうすればいいのか最後までわかんなかった。
Sorry, these are my last moments and I still don't know what to do in times like these.
じゃあ頼むぞ、やっすん。
Okay, do it, Yasun.
落ちなかれ。
Rise not.
落ちなかれ。
Rise not. Yasunaka-kun pushed forward. Chikamochi Kamoshida fell into the mist, and the rope went taut.
モッチ、
Mochi. Everyone stood there frozen in place while I headed for the plaza. I felt sick.
おい、不妻子。
Hey, Fushaishi. Takumi-san caught up with me.
不妻子。本当にあいつが狼だったんだろうな。
He really was a wolf, wasn't he?
間違いありません。
No doubt about it.
しかし、
But
ええ、あいつ、最後まで人として死んでいきましたね。
yes, he died as a human to the very end.
何度か言おうと思いましたよ。被害者ずらして美化するなって。
I kept getting the urge to tell him to quit playing the victim and glorifying this.
安永君にもね。君の目の前の男は、君の妹分を殺して、ヘラヘラ笑ってるんだぞって。
I wanted to tell Yasunaka-kun that this was the guy who'd killed the girl who was like his own sister and smiled like nothing was wrong.
でも、それをしたら、どうなってたでしょうね、僕は。
But
間
what,
宮さんの二の舞でしょうか。
but what good would that have done me? It'd probably be like Mamiya-san all over again.
すべてが明らかになるとき、安永君が受けるショックは計り知れないですが、僕にはどうしようもなかった。
The shock Yasunaka-kun will feel when all is revealed will be unfathomable. But there was nothing else I could do.
ずいぶん気を揉ませちまったみたいだな。すまねえ。
Sounds like you're really fretting over this. Sorry.
いえ、僕も安水の住人ですから。
Don't be. I'm a member of Yasumitsu too.
モッチーを殺した責任は、最後まで蛇として奉仕することで果たします。
So, is what's gonna happen now? Is that like, Kori is gonna say that Chikamochi was a human and I'm gonna get killed? Is that what's gonna happen now? Because apparently she's the wolf or something? I mean, they're pure guesses, but would be kind of funny. I will fulfill my duties as the snake while bearing the responsibility of Mochi's death to the very end.
頼む。
Thanks. It was good I'd gotten Takumi-san on my side, but as a whole, it didn't feel like any of this had gone well. It left a really bad taste in my mouth. After that, I lost my job at the kitchen. Well, I hadn't exactly lost it, but since Kaori-san had voted for me, I was restraining myself. Uchitsuku... Okay, so this is where I start dying, right? Uchitsuku-kun took over the work while I secluded myself in the hut. It was Takumi-san who'd suggested. He said it was best I watched out for any potential attacks now that I was out. Now that it was out, I was the snake. He also took over testing the food for poison. Remember what he said.
もし雲が生きてるなら、お前を守るように言っておいた。
If the spider is still alive, I've said they should protect you.
お前を信じるなら、狼はあと一人だ。できるだけ早く、ケリをつけたいもんだな。
If you're telling the truth, then there's just one wolf left. I want to settle this as quickly as possible. So I told him I'd do everything I could. It felt like Takumi-san and I had grown rather close, and no, not in a way that would make BL fangirls squeal with joy. Okay. I gratefully took my food and was happy to get away from the melancholy atmosphere that lingered after Mochi's death. Takumi-san was right, just one wolf was left. From my point of view, I had 5 candidates left. One day may not have been enough to corner them. Did I have any ways to ensure I could end it tomorrow? No, this was a problem. For now, I'd investigate who I considered the most suspect. As long as the spider protected me, the rest would be a war of attrition. In that case, I had to aim to end it tomorrow. However, I never woke up after that night. I assumed this was going to happen, yeah. Why? What happened to me? I didn't even know. I felt not even the slightest bit of pain or suffering in my deep slumber. But like the dense mist outside, my sleep appeared to have engulfed everything and become a shroud of not of this world. Did the spider not protect me? In the end, the loser wasn't even allowed to entertain that thought. Game over. Bad ending number 17. Watch hint corner, yes.
やっちまったな大将。しかしこいつは何だろうな。謎多きバッドエンドだ。ともあれ回避策はきっちり示してやるぜ。
This was a rather mysterious bad ending, so I'll give you a precise counter strategy.
今回のバッドエンド17。題して、モッチーくくったら夜に謎死についてだが。
Mysterious Mochi hanged death.
何が起きたかはぶっちゃけわからねえ。まだな。
Honestly, I don't know what happened. Not yet anyway.
一つ言えるのは、狼にやられたわけじゃなさそうってことだ。実際、雲の守りは当てにできるはずだし。
What I can say is, it didn't seem like you were killed by a wolf. The spider should have been protecting you and all.
謎が解けるのはだいぶ先だろうが、ここは一つ別の選択肢を選んでみてくれ。
Be a while until this mystery is solved, so try a different choice for now.
あ？選択肢はロックされ
No, I
て
do
る？
have that key. Oh, the
キー
choice is locked.
11を持ってねえのかよ。
I do have that key. Oh, the choice is locked. You don't have key 11?
なら、5、
I do.
基地の過去の対象1か、同じ5、基地の過去の対象2へ。
You go to either 5 wit investigation 1 or 5 wit investigation 2.
キーが揃ってるなら、5、基地の9、過去のページはに戻って
You've got the keys.
正解
Then,
をポーンと選んでくれ。
if you've got the keys, then go back to 5 wit Q declare guardian and pick the right
こ
choice.
こは正直レイジングループで最難関かもしれねえ。
Raging loop.
引っかかっても気にせず進んでくれると嬉しいぜ。
Honestly, this one might be the biggest roadblock in Raging Loop, so don't worry if you got it and just press on.
つうわけで
Yep.
今回はここまで。
Okay,
次
so
も元気に死んで
I
こ
assumed
い。
that would have killed me. So now I'm going to assume that the bottom one is the correct one. This one, right? It might also not be that one at all, but from the one still alive, I could declare that Kiyonosuke no Satoshi was a human. With me, him, and Takumi-san, we would have 3 more confirmed humans completing the fixed majority Yasunaka-kun had talked about. Let's check if I'm correct. Yes. So this one would have also killed me, I guess. I think the ones that actually like split out like this are deaths, and then the ones that go straight down are not deaths, except for like 1 or 2 where that isn't true. For that, I had to believe that Kori-san was the crow, but that seemed reasonable to me. After a bit of hesitation, I made my decision. I had to hurry. The wolves must have been conflicted right now. They had to be considering whether they could start faking before I spoke up. I had to declare it.
Hi.
Yes. My voice sounded stupid, so I raised my hand. Everyone looked at me. I was even more tense than I imagined. However, now that I'd spoken up, my hesitation was gone.
僕、Fusaishi Haruaki がヘビです。
I, Haruaki Fusaishi, am the snake. I made that as clear as possible.
野里清之介さん、そして室匠さん。この2人を過去により調べ、そしてお二人とも人でした。
I investigated Kiyonosuke no Sato-san and Takumi Muro-san. They're both humans. Their reaction was strangely calm.
だそうだ。当たり前だが、俺も自分が人だってことを認める。
There you go. It goes without saying, but I'm admitting that I'm a human.
私もだ。さて、ウサイシ君はなぜこの瞬間まで黙っていたのかね。
Same here. Why did you keep quiet about this until now?
安永君が言った通り、多数派を形成するには6人の確定者が必要でしょう。本来あと1回、加護を使う必要があった。
Like Yasunaka-kun said, completing the fixed majority requires 6 people. Normally I would have needed to use my guardian once more.
だけど、母さんが急遽ほとんど確定の人として現れたから予定を早めたってことですか。
But then Mom suddenly revealed herself to be all but certainly a human, prompting you to act ahead of schedule, right?
ああ、ここまで黙ってたことは皆さんにも亡くなった方々にも悪いと思ってる。
Yes, I do apologize for staying silent until now. People have died as a result.
ただ、間宮さんがあからさまなおとりとして出てきたことで、逆に出ていくわけにはいかなくなりました。
However, when Mamiya-san's declaration was such an obvious trap, I could no longer announce my role. I then gave them a mostly accurate summary of my intentions, similar to the ones I gave to Kumi-san.
初日からそれっぽいことを言ってたのはやっぱり本当だったんだね。
So that's why you said those things on the first day.
ああ、タイミングを逸したおかげで一貫しない言動になってしまったけどね。
Yes, I mistimed some things though, so I probably sounded a bit fishy.
とにかく僕が主張すべきは以上です。認めていただけるでしょうか、勘三さん。
Anyway, that's all from me for now. Do you accept that, Kanto-san? We still left the final call to Kanso Makishimashi, and it was actually a good thing that it was still like that. Though some people resisted him, he was still well respected here. A split here could destroy the fixed majority.
てめえ、昨日言ったな。
You said something yesterday, didn't you?
特別な力なんてねえって。
Something about having no special powers. I knew he would go there.
今言ったように、僕は今まで自分の正体を明かせなかったんです。
Like I just said, I couldn't reveal my identity until now.
どうして？
Why?
どうしてって、だから。
What do you mean?
てめえ、死ぬ気はねえだろ。
You ain't planning on dying.
それも僕は申し上げたはずです。今は死ねないと。蛇の加護者としてやるべきことがあるからです。
I'm sure I told you that I couldn't die. That was because I still had to fulfill my role as a snake.
嘘つきはくくるのが宴の鉄則じゃ。
We hang liars. Feast's rules.
嘘は言ってない。
I didn't lie.
やっすん、なんで嘘つきはダメなの？
Soon, why do liars get the noose?
人は嘘をつかないことを前提に狼を探す。狼は必ず嘘をつくから。
Humans search for the wolves under the assumption that humans don't lie, because that's something that wolves definitely do.
さよう。嘘を暴くことが即狼発見につながる状況を作るべきであって、その足を引っ張る嘘つきの人は有害である。
Exactly, it was wise to create a situation where exposed lies could lead to the discovery of the wolves, and lying humans are harmful to humans.
だから僕はカゴ車じゃないとは言わずに特別な力はないと言ったんですが、事実超能力なんてありませんからね。
That's why I said I didn't have any special powers rather than I didn't have a guardian. After all, I don't have any superpowers, do I?
ええ、僕も思いましたよ。持って回った言い方で何かを伝えたいんだろうなって。
Yes, that's what I thought when I heard that. I figured your roundabout phrasing was implying something.
信じられるか。そもそもがよそもんで素性も知れん。嘘もついとった。
Like, I'll believe that. He's an outsider, we don't know what he is, and he lied.
奴は俺とキヨのことを人だと認めた。
He said that Kiyo and I are humans.
狼だろうが言えることよ。
Wolves can do that too. He wasn't wrong there. If I was a wolf and got comfortable on the human side like I was trying to do now, the humans would be as good as dead. After all, I could investigate the other wolf and just say they were humans, adding them to the confirmed human count. If I did that in a few days, we'd get a situation where all the suspicious people were gone while the feast was still going on. This was a waste of time difficult to recover from. In a sense, the fate of humans depended on whether they believed me or not. It was a huge gamble for them. But why? Why wasn't any wolf taking this chance?
マキシマのご老人は彼が狼で私とムロを出しに生き残ろうと考えていると。
So you're saying he's a wolf who's using Mura and I to survive?
それは否定できないが。
That's not impossible, but...
私は夫妻師さんを信じますよ。隠し事はしても本当に害のあることは考えない方だと思いますから。
I shall believe him. He may hide things, but I do not believe he means any harm. She's overestimating me, but at this moment I appreciated it.
僕もです。理由は夫妻師さんが僕とほぼ同じ理屈で宴を分析し、人の勝利に向けて合理的に手を進めてるから。
Same here. My reason is that Fushaishi-san analyzed the feast with reasoning similar to mine, and is so far doing the logical thing for the sake of the humans. I appreciated that. It made me want to buy him a drink once he was old enough.
俺も夫妻師を信頼してる。
I trust him too, old man.
なぜじゃ。
Why?
こいつに死ぬ気なんてねえってことを信じているからな。
Because I believe he ain't planning on dying.
おやすさんはこいつに従って怪しいやつ全員くくっても宴が終わらねえって事態を恐れてんだろ。
You're afraid that he might pick the wrong target and we'd end up with a feast that's not ending even when we got rid of all the wolves, right?
そうなったらもちろん残った連中は夫妻師をくくるよな。
If that happened, everyone would hang Fushaishi, right?
こいつはよそもんだ。安水に対する恩義で死のうなんて考えちゃいねえ。だからこそ死ぬような嘘はつかねえ。
He's an outsider. He's not going to die for Yasumitsu's sake. That's why he wouldn't say a lie that'd get him killed.
だからおやすさんが蛇は全員くくるっつって言った時は出てこなかった。
It's also why he didn't come out when you said that all snakes should be hanged.
でも今は状況が違うし、出てきた後は雲に守ってもらえるってことさえ考えてるだろうよ。
But the situation is different now. And now that he's out in the open, he's probably thinking he can even get the spiders protected.
違うか、夫妻師。
Right, Fushishi? Was he being honest? Or was he only saying that to make Kanso-san more tolerant? Whatever the case, his analysis was correct.
ノーコメント
No
で
commento.
す。
That was why I couldn't respond honestly. I couldn't lie or gather more antagonism than I already had. Here. To my surprise, Kanso-san chuckled. It sounded like a mocking laugh, though. Did this mean that he now accepted that I was just a cowardly outsider? If that were the case, he probably wouldn't lend an ear to any of my proposals. After all, I wouldn't give my life for Yasumitsu.
じゃあ聞くが、この6人で誰をくくろうってのか。
I'll ask one thing then. Which one of the 6 do we hang?
俺にはまだ考えはねえ。キヨ、ヤス、あるか。
I didn't think about it yet. What about you, Kiyo and Yasu? The two shook their heads.
おやすさんはあんのかよ。
You got someone?
植松のくくる。
We're hanging Uematsu.
昨日、タエばあちゃんに票を
Is
入
she
れた
voted
か
for
ら。
Taiba-chan?
植松、何かあるか。
Got something to say?
必要ならばくくられもしましょう。私とて所詮は安水とは縁短きもの。
If necessary, I'm
真
willing.
を得られると
If necessary, I'm willing
は
to.
思いません。
If necessary, I'm willing to be hanged. I've not lived in Yasumitsu for long. I never thought I would be trusted.
ただ一つ申し上げるならば、
However, there is one thing I can say.
私は雲の加護を受けました。
Oh, I have the spider as the guardian.
なんと
What? So that was her play, but Rikaku-san, that was.
雲だ。じゃあ1日目に誰守ったか言え。
Yeah, it does. She is such a great character. Like, she's adorable. She fits right in and stuff. But man, her the way she talks is so annoying because it's she always has like that one final pause where you're like, okay, now I can read what she's saying, and then it's like, and then she continues, and then she pauses again, and then you're like, okay, now I can continue, and then she pauses, or she continues. The spider, who'd you protect on the first night?
そうだ。あの時は誰も死ななかったのだから、照らし合わせれば妥当性が。
Right, no one died then. It would help to know that.
おととい私がお守りを願ったのはあなた様です。牧島勘三様。
The first night I protected you, Kansuma Kishima-sama. That made sense.
ありそうじゃねえか。1日目からクソじじいは幅利かせてやがったから、狼にとっちゃ狙いたかったろうよ。
Sounds true to me. The old fart was pretty loud on the first day. The wolf saw that too.
そして昨日は織部安永様を。
And yesterday I chose Yasunaka Oribe-sama.
僕をですか？
Me, but I didn't
僕
do
は
much
昨日
yesterday.
正直を申し上げれば牧島様よりも織部安永様の方が残るべきかと、
You know,
そのように思ったことは否めません。
in all honesty, I sincerely believe that Yasunaka Oribe-sama would make for a more valuable survivor than Makishima-sama.
私にとって加護を存在に扱われるのは抵抗があることですから。
But I mean, they both have a guardian. I believe we shouldn't mistreat those who claim to have guardians.
どうするんだ。
Well, Takumi-san was choosing his words carefully. She couldn't shoot down all of Kanzo-san's suggestions if he became. We couldn't shoot down all of Kanzo-san's suggestions. If he became too emotional, he could destroy our fixed majority. However, I was more or less certain that Rikaku-san was a human. I made a theory that she was using Meiko, and just now she'd named herself the spider rather than the snake. Oh. For me, all of those things made sense. So?
I know, no.
What happened next was completely unexpected.
俺も雲なんじゃが。
I'm also spider. We'd always thought that the old wolf guy and Meiko wouldn't take part in the feast. Boy, were we wrong. After all, their only contributions were their votes, and it was hard to tell what they based their votes on. They were just two swing votes who were otherwise harmless and best left ignored. It wasn't that simple, though. Unlike last time, when we had exceptions like me, everyone here was participating in the feast the way they were supposed to. That was why everyone could have a guardian of some sort, even if they were too childish or senile to make good use of it. I'd been actually afraid that they could get and waste their guardians. I didn't expect him to come out as the second spider, however. Why him of all people? And why the spider?
じじい、
Really?
雲じゃ。
Spider?
植松の。
Uematsu.
私は雲です。ご老人は
No.
嘘をおっしゃっています。
I am the spider, the old man is lying.
嘘つきは我じゃろうが。
You are the liar.
失礼だがご老人、ここまで地方老人かと判じていたが、状況は理解しておられるのかね？
Old man, sorry about this, but I always assumed you to be senile and nothing else. Do you understand the current situation? Oh?
おやっさん、以前の宴でも狼じじいはこんな感じだったのか？
Hey, was he like this in the previous feasts?
昔からこいつはこんなよ。宴の時も役立たずで。
Always been like this, was useless in the feasts.
モッチー、狼じじいと仲良かったろ？彼のことどう思う？
There you go. Mochi, you're friends with him, right? What do you think?
ごめん。僕にとって他人はみんなよくわかんないから。じっちゃん、元気？
Sorry, but I don't really understand others. You okay, old man?
元気だって。
He's alright.
やれやれだ。
How troublesome.
おいじじい、初日と2日目誰を守った？
Old fart, who'd you protect first and last night?
ほう。いいか、俺らは命がかかってる。もしてめえが分かってんのにふざけてるんだったら。
Listen, our lives are on the line here if you're just messing around.
守ったのはあれじゃ。
I protect that. He ended the question by raising his finger and pointing at Yasunaka-kun.
僕？
Me?
1日目と2日目。
On which day?
お
Oh,
もしかして
on both? Oh. He responded with a smile.
それだと1日目狼はヤスを狙ったことになるが。
I mean that the wolves went for Yasu first.
わからなくはないかしら。
Believe I can understand it.
じじい、なんで兄貴だったんだよ。
Hey, why him?
なんでもねえよ。
Nothing.
適当？
Just because?
おう。
Yeah, he. That definitely wasn't a good standard for deciding who to protect from death. What was this about anyway? Wait, could it be?
ムジナ。
The badger.
どうした不妻子？
What's wrong, Fushaishi?
前に言いましたよね。ムジナがいるんじゃないかって話。
Remember when I told you there might be a badger?
神内詣と神内神社にムジナがいるからってやつですか？
Because there are badgers in prayer to Shinai in the shrine?
しかしマイナーな伝承から狼におもねった人だとまで結論付けるのは無理がないかね。
But it's so minor, and don't you think it's a bit of a stretch to assume they would be humans who serve the wolves?
ええ。まあムジナという役割があるかどうかはとりあえず別でいいです。
Well, in this situation, it doesn't really matter whether the badger exists or not.
はっきりしているのはリカコさんと狼じじい氏の少なくとも片方が嘘をついているということですね。
All we know is that either Rikaku-san or the old wolf guy are lying. No arguments against that. Honestly, I thought they both were lying, but I more or less knew what Rikaku-san was going for. She was probably ordering and controlling Meiko, the real spider, effectively making her the one who protected people. That was why the info she gave about how she used her power was correct. In a way, she was the spider's representative. The advantage of this method was that even if she died, the real spider would survive. Of course, Meiko wouldn't have someone helping her make decisions if Rikaku-san died, limiting the Guardian's effectiveness. But even so, if the spider the wolves thought was dead was actually alive, it could turn the tides in the endgame. The spider was best kept hidden at all cost, but Rikaku-san revealed it so it'd draw votes towards her. She'd used it for her own plan. I didn't know how accurate my assumption was, but it did seem like an effective course of plan. Or action. Though she probably didn't expect a sudden fake. Actually, I guess the best way to find out, right, is if because she can just make Meiko protect her. Like, Uematsu could just make, or Rikaku could just make Meiko protect her, and then they can't kill her, but they wouldn't go for Meiko because they wouldn't know that Meiko is the actual spider. That'd be interesting. Though she probably didn't expect a sudden fake. It was day 3 and the fixed majority plan was becoming a reality, yet no wolves came out as either snakes or crows. We all knew the dangers of the wolves taking the snake's role, while taking the crow would help them hide the amount of wolves still alive, giving them a path to victory. However, there was next to no point in pretending to be the spider. Even if you claimed to be the spider and said you would protect someone, then even if no one died, you could still be suspected of being a wolf fixing the game. However, there was an exception. It was ineffective in helping the wolves know who the badger was. It was probably true that Kanto-san was the target the first day, but that was stopped by Meiko, who was ordered by Rikaku-san. That was why the wolves, who knew what they were aiming for that day, had recognized Rikaku-san as the real deal. They also understood that the old wolf guy was lying. That meant that from the wolf's perspective, he was a human who just told a lie. It was too obvious. The wolves knew about the badger. The wolves and their ally needed to be proactive about lying. The old wolf guy defied that rule, letting the wolves know what he was. With Hisako Mamiya's death, he had lost a vote, but with this, they now had 3 again. Also, Kanto-san was considering his opponent, Rikaku-san, as the next candidate for the hanging. In this situation, we had to make good use of the 6 confirmed humans and hang the lying spider. The easiest choice was to trust Kanto-san's decision and vote for Rikaku-san. By gathering wolf, badger and confirmed human votes, Rikaku-san would be sent to the tree. It was a chance for the wolves to kill the spider and make them think that the humans killed a wolf. This was really effective for them and extremely dangerous for us. Even if the real spider, Meiko, survived, it would probably be really difficult for me to talk about the badger and explain that Rikaku-san was a fake spider on their side. Yeah, I had to convince the human side that they should vote to hang the wolf guy instead. Was that really right though? I had to think carefully. I only came to understand Rikaku-san's intention because she told me to vote for her in a peculiar situation. I was assuming that both she and the wolf guy had some ulterior motive, but was that really right? Was the old guy even capable of that? He played with a pretty useless guardian. Maybe he'd only come out because he found it strange that another spider had named himself. In fact, that was the most natural reaction, especially in the other's eyes. Same went for Rikaku-san. From what I saw of her, she was more legend and harmony than intelligence. What if she was actually thinking that by protecting Meiko, she would be considered a good guy and avoid gathering votes? What if her affection for me was all part of the plan too? Crap. This was obviously the more reasonable line of thinking. Also, Rikaku-san could have been lying to let the wolves know something. Anyway, we had a relatively sane young woman going up against a completely senile man. No matter how you looked at it.
Uematsu,
Uematsu, you're lying. And I'm going to take a break here. Take a quick stretch, toilet break, get a snack as well. So I will put a quick text break. And where's the gradient? Because the gradient is the best one. And the color is this one? Green to orange. There you go. It's just like the old days, or something like that. How do I move it? I can't move it. It's like being blocked by other things. This is so. Let me move it. I can't move it because it's being blocked by other things. There you go. Now I can. There you go. I'll show the notes again. Transition. Okay, and then I'll put some music on. Let's put what's a good song to put on? Hold on, let me check this one. This should have something long in it, probably. Actually, I could just put something on repeat, couldn't I? So I'll just find what's this? This is 9 minutes long. I'll put this on. I will be right back. Hello? Okie dokie. I have made my return. Let me remove that and boot up the game again. Like so. The choice was obvious.
違います。
Nope.
じゃあどうして今になって言った？てめえ一度何票か入った時に言ったな。自分をくくれって。
Why'd you say it now then? You once told us to hang you if we had to. This was after some votes went in.
はい。申し上げました。
Yes, I did say that.
じゃあなぜ今くくられそうになって覚悟を言い出した？
And why are you saying you have a guardian now that you're about to be hanged? She fell silent. I couldn't tell whether it was silence to protect Mako or just an awkward silence because he pointed out a harsh truth.
決まったろうが。
It's obvious.
お前らはどうだ？
What about you people?
私は安永の票に任せましょう。その方が皆さんにとっては信じやすいでしょう。
I'm leaving my vote to Yasunaka. That will make it easier for you to believe me, won't it?
そうだな。それはいい。キヨ、お前は？
Yeah, that's fine. Kyo, you?
リカコさん、あなたは雲の加護者で本当に間違いないのですな。
Rikaku-san, are you really the spider?
はい。野里様。間違いございません。
Yes, Nosato-san, Nosato-sama, that much is certain.
なんかどっちも嘘くさいな。
Both are lying if you ask me.
てめえカモシだ。適当なこと言ってねえで。わからねえんなら黙ってやがれ。
Kamoshida, if you got nothing better to say, then shut
お
up.
姉ちゃん。
Oni-chan.
大丈夫。あなたのことは守るから。
Worry, I will protect you.
なんかおかしくない？公平じゃないよ。リカコさん、これまでずっと休みずのためにひどいこと言われても耐えてきたじゃん。
Isn't this weird? It's not fair. Rikaku-san went through a lot of bad-mouthing here in Yasumitsu, but fought through it for our sake.
なんでおじいちゃんがいきなり言い出したことで全部ひっくり返るの？っていうか、なんでいきなり言い出したの？
Why did it flip upside down just because of the old guy's words? Why did he even say it?
ちえみ。
Jamie.
おじいちゃんは誰かに言わされてるかもしれないし、リカコさんだって決心や考えが揺らいでるかもしれないじゃん。
Someone might have told him to say that, and it might be that Rikaku-san's going through some inner struggle.
何が本当なんてわからないよ。なのに簡単に答え出して人を殺そうって感覚、本当危ないよ。
We don't know what's true, but we can't just whip up an answer and simply kill someone like that. It's dangerous.
わかってる。ただな。結局ここまで来れば最終的にどっちを信じるかだ。
No, but in the end it's either you believe or you don't.
不妻子、どう思う？
Precisely what do you think? What was I to do? How was I to approach this? I mean... I could never say that I don't trust Rikako. Rikako is so cute. So cute. Very, very difficult decision, this one. I think I'm gonna save it here. And I'm gonna decide on this next time. Jesus. So many decisions in this one. I'm going to menu, title. I'm gonna end the game. And I'm gonna jump straight into this one. Whoop. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Because I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. It was really fun. Really fun. I really enjoy this game. I say that every time. Like I think I've said that like 80 times now. But I am really enjoying that game. But now, for now, it's time to end it for the day. I will not raid anyone. But thanks for showing up. And I will see you all next time. I think probably stream on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. One of those days will be my next stream. And it'll be this again. We're finishing this. This is a good game. But thanks for showing up. Thanks for dropping by, and bye-bye.